No, but there we go. That's not loud. Ride the bird. Woo! On the bright side, this is gonna go so much quicker now. Before we get too far into all this, I gotta make a little money first.
The final showdown.
Shut up, Sid. Actually. Yeah, shut up, Sid. Arn needs is like 30,000 and then Titus can kill it. Dwarves in yellow and forest is he? Woo! welcome. You're live.
Ah, perfect. Because I'm currently playing Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Go on your rant if you must.
No rant to go on, this is just my favorite one of the bunch. There it is, I was waiting for that. Oh, that's death. Fuck my life.
Oh. Today's goal is Gungnir. Or however
My
the
goal
fuck you pronounce it.
My goal right now is Night 6, but the console version of this game is very unforgiving. There we go, I'm on party audio now. I'll stop playing for a bit. Ugh. Jesus Christ, the console version of that game is so unforgiving. Like, first of all, 2 is notoriously one of the hardest, just because of the amount of stuff you have to deal with. And, so, the console version actually changes a bit of how the AI works. First of all, the toy animatronics basically don't fucking exist anymore. Like, no fucking joke. I'm on night 6. Like, I blew through the first 5 nights, no doubt. Less because the game's easy and more because it's the simplest one to remember the cycle for. Because unlike FNAF 1, where before 420 you actually need to pay attention to one of them, other than Foxy, which is Freddy. In FNAF 2, you only have to focus on the puppet. You don't need to look at anyone else. So the cycle's really easy, you know. Blind box, camera down, mask on. If there's someone there, wait. If not, mask up, flash everyone. If there's someone in the vents, mask down, mask up, blind the box, and beat. It's easier. It's easier done in practice than in sentence, but... You see, the toy animatronics rarely ever actually directly attack you. In fact, since... Like, ever since I started, I've only been encountered by a toy animatronic directly once, and that was Toy Bonnie one time on night 1. Because he's the only one who does attack you on night 1. So... Yeah. Well, I've encountered him one other time, but I don't really count it, because, another fun little, I'm gonna say glitch, is that Withered and toy animatronics, and even in the base game before it came to console, they could share a vent, which is basically to say one can be in your office vent while one can be in the actual vent camera. Which, you know, that makes sense. In console, however, toy animatronics can share the vent in your office, which means I've encountered Toy Bonnie again only because I was protecting myself from Mangle, who was also in the vents, and he just happened to also be there. And, the reason for this, the reason they changed it in console, is because the way that animatronics require faster reaction times. And because the toy animatronics in the PC version encounter you 50% of the time, because the other 50 goes to the Wizards, you know, obviously, of course it's gonna be easier because the ones that require less reaction time appear more often. So basically the only things you ever defend against in this one are Balloon Boy, Withered Foxy, Withered Chica, Withered Bonnie, and Withered Freddy, and all of them have insane reaction times. And unlike the toys who all take the vents, or Toy Freddy who just appears in the room, but he's never done that, the Wizards can just take down your camera. So you could be mid-box wind, which, by the way, if you use the cycle perfectly, the box never goes below half, so usually you always get it up and put down the camera yourself. But when you wind it up like a single notch from half, and your camera gets immediately pulled down, you freak the fuck out. Because, like, I did my cycle, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm safe, time to wind that box. Nope, okay, and my mask isn't on. Because that's the thing, you can put the mask on basically 2 frames after you put the camera down, which means you're always safe if you manually put your camera down. But, you know, when you don't manually put your camera down and you have like a 20 frame window to put the mask on before... Because that's the thing. One thing you probably noticed while watching Mark play it is that they still attack you if the mask is on, if you put it on like
Mm-hmm.
that window is shortened in console. And that's because you can actually put the mask on faster in console since it's just a button. But, Jesus Christ.
2 in a row.
I will definitely say, because I'm playing FNAF 1 and 2 right now. FNAF 1 is easier in the sense of it never really changes. And, like, the reaction time isn't that great. In fact, usually when I lose, it's because I'm an idiot and forget something, or I just manage power poorly.
3 in a row, woo!
Although, if you want a fun fact, I've only died to Foxy in FNAF 1.
That's...
Granted, I've died like 7 times, but they've all been to Foxy. And one that I'm gonna say is because of Foxy. I was just about to beat Night 4, or Night 5, which one I'm on. And right before the end of the night, Foxy ran out, I had to close my door, he pounded on it, and drained me out of power, and I died to Freddy. Also, a fun fact I learned, basically no one has ever played the console versions. Like, trying to find information on them is very, very hard, and you have to go to, like, very far off-site game forums to find them.
Mm-hmm.
And, as I've learned, the console versions are notoriously harder, because the newer ones have, like, no patches, so they're all really broken. The older ones just have way harder AI. You might remember this from when we were kids, but the mobile versions have the same problem. How Mangle is on for no fucking reason. It's intentional. Like, the developers acknowledge the games are meant to be harder. I don't know why they choose these methods. FNAF 2, I understand. They want, you have fast reactions with the controller, so they want you to face the things that require fast reaction times more often. FNAF 1 making Foxy twice as aggressive? I don't understand that. Like, seriously. I let the phone fully ring, and the phone pick up, where it says, hello, hello, on, like, night 3. And I flip up my camera, Foxy's face 2, where he's already out of Pirate's Cove, about to dash. And I'm like, dude, it's been, like, 13 seconds. It's fun, though. Also, FNAF 1 controls like shit, because you look left and right with the analog and not the D-pad. And, fun fact, every single analog is slightly broken. It's just a thing where, every controller has this problem, especially GameCube controllers, where the analogs are decentralized, where holding perfectly left and perfectly right aren't always perfect left and perfect right, usually they're just slightly up or down as well. Not the controller manufacturer's fault, it's just the actual, like, design everyone uses for an analog is flawed. Where if a piece is like you know that thing of like if the center of a circle turns slightly, the outside of it turns a lot. You know that?
No.
It's the idea behind making a motor that spins really fast. You have a small gear with a lever connected to a really, really big gear, and since that small one turns a lot faster, it turns really quick because it's small. That big one gains a shit ton of RPM really fast because they're connected. But the lever requires more force. Okay, I'm not going to get the explanation. The point is, if the inside of a circle turns, the outside of it turns faster because that's just how it has to work. I can't really explain it well. But, point is, whenever you make an analog, if the center of your analog, where it sits in, is slightly moved like a nanometer, that is a very... nanometer is an exaggeration, obviously, but that's a very significant change to the outside of it. So when you do a full input to the right, usually it's not actually 100% right and with no left. It'll go up or down. It's hard to explain.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Five Nights at Freddy's has hidden trophies.
Huh.
Yeah. And actually, there are some interesting challenges in their trophies that I honestly need to give them kudos for.
Like what?
Well, first of all, 420 and 1020 are both trophies, which is nice. So, FNAF 1s are a little stupid. So there's this thing, it's an intentional mechanic in all the FNAF games where, with the exception of certain animatronics, you can stall their movement by keeping the camera on them. For example, in FNAF 1, if you are watching Freddy and he attempts to move on his movement opportunity, he will never move. So, because of that, one of the trophies is to keep him from ever entering the hallway. On night 5? On night 5. That is insanely difficult. Another one is to keep Foxy from leaving the cove on night 4 entirely, which is called no running in the halls, and I love that. FNAF 2 has probably my favorite. On night 4, never let the puppet's box wind below 50%, which I actually think that's perfectly fair, because using the perfect strategy, it never will. Even if you fuck it up a lot. Ultimate Custom Night's trophies are a little stupid. First of all, one of the silver trophies are my favorite, because silver trophies usually are always either really fucking easy or entirely fucking impossible. Platinum trophies, always the same. Get all the trophies. Gold trophies, usually really hard challenges that most people don't actually end up doing. Sometimes they're completionist or other things like that. Bronze trophies, usually these are reserved for very easy things everyone does, or nearly everyone does, or they're just story. You know, all the bronze trophies and all the Five Nights at Freddy's games are survive nights 1v5. Ultimate Custom Night has a silver trophy for experiencing every jump scare in the game. So, not only is that itself really fucking hard to do, that's nearly impossible for a normal player to do, because it requires you to get jump scared by all 6 extra characters too. Meaning, you have to be capable of surviving 50-20 long enough for Zor to spawn all 6 of them, and then die to them individually on purpose. Which is why it is the rarest trophy in the game, at 0.4% clear rate. Well, of the non-surviving challenges. Because, fun fact, Ultimate Custom Night holds one of my favorite world records for PlayStation, for being, I believe, a AA or higher game with the most unobtained trophies. Because half the fucking trophies in this game are 0.1% clear rates. Seriously, the highest clear rate of any of these trophies is 12.6%. The second highest is 2.3. I know, although half of them are hidden, I know what most of them are, and that 12.6 is surviving 150. Or 51. Where every animatronic is turned on. The other ones are 50-10, 50-15, 55, and 50-20. Except 50-20 isn't called 50-20, it's called Beat the Unbeatable. Well, actually no, the description is Beat the Unbeatable. The title is Impossible, which is fair. If the statistic went below 0.1, I believe it would be 0. Also, I'm pretty sure the other hidden trophies are just the Easter eggs. Like, you know, die to old man consequences, stuff like that. I think there's something else. No. Also, there's a really interesting fan theory I heard about old man consequences, which is the fact that he is Henry, which, while there's not a lot supporting it, just because there's not a lot about old man consequences, I like the idea. Because of the line he says in UCN's Easter egg, people were like, well, that's really the only person he could be, if we were to put a name on him. And I found that interesting, because when you get his Easter egg in FNAF World, he says something about, like, welcome to the end of all roads, blah blah blah, which makes... it's just a generic Easter egg for that ending. But in UCN, he says, leave the demons to his demons, rest your own soul. There is nothing more for him. Which... obviously directly correlates to William, who is who you are playing as in Hell. Which, again, I like that UCN is canon, but nothing about UCN is canon. Feels like some Dragon Ball Super levels of canonicity. Alright, we will continue this in a minute. I'm gonna use the restroom.
The fight happened, but any information about the fight is false.
I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
I was just making a general statement about the Dragon Ball Super's canonicity.
What'd you say?
The fight happened, but any information about the fight is false.
Yes. Sorry, I said I'm gonna go use the restroom, be back in a sec. He started talking and I got confused. Alright, I'll be right back.
Aloha, how are you? You're fine. I'm doing a very boring farm to get 60 of these again. Yep. I thought it didn't take me so long last night. Let's do it again. Yeah. People are indeed weird. What is the weirdness in question today? That is kind of weird, but on the bright side, they could have been weirder about it. Oh. I don't know. Could have been like that guy asking to see your shit.
So apparently there was a pretty large interview with the developers of Apex Legends about their absurd prices for shit. Oh, I probably should have said, hey, are you here first?
Yeah, so's Rhiannon.
Oh, hi Rhiannon, I'm about to bitch about a AAA title again.
I can't tell what that first face is. Is that a winking face? The second one is the mind blown emoji, but I can't tell what that first one is. He was here before you got here. He just had to use the bathroom.
And I grabbed a drink. Forgetting I had a fucking big ass root beer from DQ. Anyway, there was a pretty large interview with the developers of Apex. Pretty normal.
As interviews are.
Yeah. So at first I was like, oh, this is gonna be pretty interesting because there's a lot. Apex hasn't done an official, like, large-scale interview in quite a while because they also had a lot of hi. There was a lot of shit going on with the new season's development and all the troubles they were having, so they weren't really open to press. Well, one big-ass question that was asked, something that no one ever asks a developer in an interview, is why the hell are your prices so high? And although there's like a good 7-paragraph response to it, which is huge for an interview, by the way, it literally boils down to, we need the money to keep the game going, you greedy assholes. And we already give you tons of shit for free, shut the fuck up. And I can appreciate that response.
Yeah.
In reality, that is exactly what they said. They were like, it's very hard to balance those prices, but you guys want this game to keep going. We need a way to keep it going. You don't buy this game. And then they were like, also, half the battle pass is free. And take note, also, they could lock all the stuff from the battle pass behind a paywall. Which, take note, the stuff you get on the free battle pass is like 5 free packs, like, I think 2 character skins, like 3 or 4 gun skins, and then literally everyone's trackers for that season. So they're that season's wins and that season's kills. For everyone. Even characters you don't have. So, like, Battle Pass, that's good. I think that's a good excuse to say, hey, that's free, deal with it. Not only that, every event gives you free shit. You know, you can play the event and just earn skins, gun skins, packs, trackers. You know. Although I will have to say, there are certain cosmetics I don't agree with. All on it to be greedy. Like, they released a new Valkyrie skin, which is a very direct reference to her father, which is a shit ton of fan service. It is the most expensive legendary skin to release on its own. And it wasn't even during an event. It was a limited time shop item, which means it wasn't even around that long. It was stupid. Hey Michael, I'm sure you've heard me mention this guy named Scott the Laws a time or two.
Mm-hmm.
Really funny internet personality. He has, every 50 episodes, he does like this big big episode special. It's like an hour and a half
Woo!
long. Oh, yay! So yeah, he gets Dark Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You're doing that. I was watching your stream and I saw Sarah saying gay occasionally when you got him too.
Mm-hmm.
Like last night after I went to bed. But yeah, he did it every 50 episodes. He does this big hour and a half special. And episode 150 was I'm not an RPG guy, and I think you'd really enjoy that episode. Because I find it hilarious that, honestly, I never thought about it, of all my complaints about RPGs, what it would actually be like to think those are real problems with the game. And that's just exactly what that episode details. Also, I should reference, his videos aren't just commentary, they are skits and commentary, so it's hilarious too. The whole thing's about how his friends kidnap him and force him into therapy about liking RPGs.
He is very... he does have strong emotions about this.
Who, me or him?
You.
About what?
I'm assuming Apex.
Apex? Okay. Yes, first of all. But also, I'm also a really huge game nut when it comes to pricing of games and stuff like events and their cosmetics and stuff. Because honestly, I think very few games ever do it right. Because, like, honestly, I think a cosmetic in a game, like just a skin, should never cost more than $10. Even that's a really high price, and I think it has to be something that's really warranted for that price. You know, fucking Fortnite putting out 17 reskins of soccer skins and putting them all under a $10 price tag is stupid. You know, like, oh, I want the female purple one, but I want the male green one as well, but I don't have 20 bucks. I think that quite obviously displays the point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong, the thing about Apex is that they put, like, 2 to 3 months into each skin. So, like, it's very hard to argue some of their price points, especially since half of them can't even be bought with real money. So, you know, hey, it's really tough to decide. I definitely think really recently when they put out a new, when they put out the ALGS Championship sale, those skins cost $25. Do I need to complain about that one?
You've
like,
complained about everything else thus far?
Yeah, but I mean, like, do I really even need to explain why that's stupid?
Yeah.
There are 4 skins. Only 4, and if you want all 4, you're paying $100. That is just stupid. Actually, you could buy all 4 in a bundle for $90, but that's like saying, buy my Legendary Definitive Edition, but if you can't afford that for $100, buy the Gold Legendary Edition for $10 less. You know, it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing I complain about, editions. At least Apex gets editions right. You buy the game and, you know, if you buy a certain edition, you get a certain legend for free. Well, all of them are base legends, so... if you buy any of the base Legends editions, you get a legendary skin for them for free, a legendary weapon for free, you get a badge of that legendary edition, you get a banner card, and you get $10 worth of coins. Which means the $20 price tag is honestly a $10 price tag, and you get $10 extra worth of coins for 10. Okay, never mind. Basically, everything in the pack, ignoring the coins, which are worth their $10 on their own, everything in the pack is severely underpriced in this scenario, and it's so worth it. Plus, as I mentioned, most of the legendary skins they offer for them are exclusive. There's no other way to get them, and it's just nice. And, with a few exceptions, I think they all look really good. I mean, come on, Mirage is a space cowboy. Could you ask for more? Another scam I'd like to talk about is, okay, there's a really big Huh?
Day of Dragons?
I wish. No. So, a really, really big scam in games like this, and I'm going to talk about Apex specifically again, because I think theirs is a huge scam. They have something called the Champion Edition. And it's simple. Every legend, with a few cosmetics for them. Makes sense, right? Pretty good. Buy the game for free game, play a game. Pay $40, which honestly, this could be a $60 game, reasonably so. Pay $40 for it, what do you get? I'm gonna put quotations around everything here. Every single legend, cosmetics for those legends, gun skins, and in-game currency. Put air quotes around everything I just said there. Because what you actually get is a little over half the roster, 3 character skins, 3 gun skins, 1 gun charm, and $10 worth of coins. So the $10 worth of coins automatically knocks $10 off the price point in my mind mentally. Like, oh, so I'm paying $30 for all of this, and then the $10 extra is just going towards currency. The only, like, saving grace of this is that the skins you get for it are actually really fucking dope. And, with all these packs and other thing, if you actually possess any of the items in the packs, like if they ever put out a free bundle, not free bundle, but like, a new bundle, I don't know why I said free, a new bundle with a pre-existing gun skin, character banner, and all that. Because they do that occasionally where they'll put out a bundle that's like, just, you could buy a legendary skin with an epic pose and frame and all that stuff. They'll actually discount it according to what you already own, which I think is really cool. Except the Champion bundle, I still have to pay $40 despite the fact I own every fucking character in it. So now if I want these skins, I have to fork over unnecessary amounts of extra money. You know how dumb that is?
Not as dumb as Persona 5 Royal, not being a DLC.
Okay. I don't think that needed to be a DLC, but I definitely think it should have been one of those things where you could buy it as a standalone add-on if you previously owned Persona 5. Because Doom Eternal does that. You could buy the DLC separately, like for like, I think it's like $30, but if you own Doom Eternal, you can buy it as an add-on DLC for $20. Which is perfectly fair. You want to experience just this, because this is all you're interested in, go ahead. You have to pay us a little extra money, which, again, fair. They need to make money. Otherwise, we don't get a new Doom game. Persona 5 Royal, it's like, it's just the finished version of a game I already waited like 7 years for. Like, Persona 5 was in development so long, it's like, when they were doing their Kickstarters and stuff for it, they said, oh, we will release it on PS3, guaranteed. And then it released, like, at the end of the PS4's lifetime, so they were just forced to downgrade it for PS3. That's how long it was in development. And now, I buy it, and 2 weeks later they announce Persona 5 Royal. Stupid. Oh yeah, the reason I wanted to bring up all this price stuff with Apex is because they actually just changed all of it. Most of it. So yeah, you understand all the bullshit I was just spatting about it, right? Like how dumb it all was. They actually did just make it to where the champion bonus is discounted for people like me who own the characters. Some skin packs have been reduced even further, which is nice. Unfortunately, they did say official sales for League events. They did say League events are never going to have discounts, which is sad. I still don't think it's fair to pay $25 for a single cosmetic. Oh, okay, well, I lied. They also give you a gun charm. which is stupid. That is even considered worthwhile for the a skin. Normally, like the average cost for a skin, the thing they do the most often is $18. That itself is stupid. But let's say the skin is $18. You're trying to tell me this gun charm is $700 on its own? That's $700. Fucking $7 on its own. 700 coins. But I'll just think of the coin of value. Sorry. You're telling me a single gun charm is $7. That is stupid. This is a fucking game. And people buy it, and that's what really pisses me off. I do like the way they do their rank system, though. You earn points for kills and assists, and those points are multiplied by a certain number depending on how many squads are left. So you basically where you place times a certain amount. Well, like how many kills and assists you get times a certain amount, which is based on your place. Really nice, and it also costs ranked points to play once you're in the higher ranks. So failing constantly knocks you out that way. I think it's neat.
Agreed.
Yeah. And because of that, you could play like 70 matches in a row, not changing positions at all. Which is nice, that's how it should be. You can keep your, like, you don't have to fear about playing. Like, when I play, like, card games like Hearthstone or Undercards, I always feel like, wow, if I play another ranked match, I might just lose and immediately get knocked out of my rank because I lost a match.
Mm-hmm.
I still find it hilarious that Ultimate Custom Night has like 10 trophies that are 0.1% earn rate.
49 more dark matter to go.
To the Trials of Bloodhound. See if Mom's up and has coffee made. Alright.
I'm gonna bounce.